So let's start off with brand pulse. To understand the pulse of a brand, today we'll talk about online shopping, and I've got my colleague Mona with me. What are the key factors that drive online purchases? What are the consumer preferences by market? What works, what doesn't work? So let's do that. We've done a case study. So Mona, what are the key categories that people go online for shopping?
So before I respond to that, Pankaj, just to give a background to the study, we kind of spoke to about 1,000 odd people additionally, in the tier 2 towns, like Visakhapatnam, Guntur, Bareilly, Lucknow, and I was really surprised by the findings that I got. I really thought that probably, this was only an urban phenomena, but contrary to my belief and what I thought, it's penetrated very deep down into smaller cities also. So
How
that's
deep?
Very deep. So once we get into the question.
So what percentage of people actually buy stuff online in tier 2? And tier 2
almost 25% of the people actually are buying online. Yeah.
So 25% of people who shop in any form shop online as well.
Online also.
But that's not an exclusive set. So
no. So
25% is a subset of the total?
Yes. In fact, 15% are one who purely buy only on online. So that's the kind of number that you have.
So that's a big threat to brick and mortar stores. 15% of people who shop are exclusively online.
Yes.
That leaves about 10% who are online and offline as well. So I'll probably, in tier 1, I'm probably part of the... Actually, I'm going to be exclusively online now.
Yeah.
Because it's been a long time since I haven't gone online. So that's a big number. 15% are exclusively online.
Yes.
10% are online and offline. And that leaves you with 17% who are exclusively offline.
Offline.
So what categories would it be? Like, I think apparel, food.
Okay. Give me a third one also.
I think it's got to be stuff which is not very high value in nature, something that does not need to be tangible, to be felt before buying. So I think food and apparel.
So I think you're right to a degree. So 93% of the people that we spoke to actually kind of shopped online for apparels. Clothes is something which is very popular as a shopping option. The second one is not food, which we all probably thought it was. It's actually beauty. Skin care, hair care, this is what, and very, very close to that is fashion accessories. So you have footwears, you have got
what are the ranks
jewelry.
You got,
So first is apparel, second is beauty, and third is fashion accessories. So that's the way it kind of goes. But fashion accessories and beauty is very, very close to each other. Yeah.
Right.
But having said that, clothes is 93% of the total audiences, and beauty and fashion is 52% respectively. So it's pretty low down the ranking. But clothes is something which people spend most of the time and money, on the app.
Amazing. So that's and obviously you won't shop very high value products online, right? It's got to have a certain threshold. What's the best occasion for shopping? So is it seasonal or is it like a general trend?
I think essentially it's all through the year. But it does kind of pep up during the festival times.
Oh, that's where you got these mega sales and all.
Also after the exams. So these are personal milestones. That's when again you see this, moving up of shopping online. A lot of gifting probably is happening because of, people kind of doing well in their exams and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So very, very
what's
occasional.
The number? So like if you were to do a preference of brands online, and without shying, there's nothing to shy about it. But the fact is, sitting at home, we all cozy up to Amazon. You press a button and 10 minutes are there. Now you've got this killer of quick commerce, Blinkit. You press a button and in less than 10 minutes there's someone at your doorstep, which I would believe is corrupting us to a point that we've lost patience. We press a button, coffee is there in 10 minutes. Which are the most preferred brands talking about India?
So they vary depending on category. So they vary depending on the categories, Pankaj. So if you have to go to fashion, Ajio comes very, very big, followed by Myntra, then Amazon, and then Flipkart. But when you go to footwear,
so it's not Amazon in the first.
It is not Amazon. Oh. If you go to, buying electronics, if you want to buy, your clothes, apparels, Flipkart comes ranked number 1. Okay, Amazon is pretty close, but for fashion particularly, I was very, very shocked that actually Myntra and Ajio is very, very popular. That's the first place to go to for any kind of fashion shopping. And then comes closely Amazon and Flipkart, followed by that.
Awesome. So this is basically from a research that we conducted, and these are the outputs without giving away all the numbers wherever you can in the public domain. So it's not always one platform, one size fits all, depending on the different platforms.
Yes. People have the choices and their preferences.
So what's a turn off? So many a time you're on a cart and you abandon a cart. So
guess the number. Just guess the number.
I have no clue. What I do is when I buy food, and I'm salivating and hungry, so I'll press 1, 2, 3. I'll keep selecting what I like. Then I go to the cart and then a remove. So I'll keep the 2-3 that I want. So I don't know if that's an abandonment, but
so when you see the entire price or whatever that you bought, then you start kind of moving depending on how much your affordability really is it?
yeah.
Yeah. So 71% of the people who are shopping online, once they're checking out and they have to kind of make the payment, they withdraw from the cart. 71% of people.
Oh.
Yeah.
71%. Oh, they withdraw from a
They
cart.
withdraw from the cart. So they have actually done all they made the choice, they made the selection, they've gone to the checkout point, and suddenly, tell me the reason why probably they're doing that.
I don't know, because when it comes to a payment, or I think they see the price might be a turn off. I don't know.
I think price is essentially one of the reasons. Suddenly they figure out, oh my God, this is the kind of money that they have to pay out.
And that's why you need all this cash.
Or they change their mind. So some people said that suddenly they kind of felt like it's all not okay. Maybe try some other app or maybe try something else. So they didn't feel very confident about the purchase.
So you need a lot of impulse motivators at the cart.
Yes.
Cart is the moment of truth. The moment of truth is not the product and the display.
So probably the app has to do something interesting there at that point in time, so people do not withdraw. I think that could be something they need to kind of look at. But that's very huge. Yeah.
That's very interesting. So 3 learnings that I would take from today session is: 1, the most important part is ensuring that your cart is lucrative enough for the person to pay up.
Yeah.
That's very, very, very important. 2, the criteria of deciding which or what the reason for a platform being a lead is contingent on the product category. So it's different for food versus different for apparel and everything. And obviously what's most important is the explosion in internet penetration. With video today at 1206 million, which is almost 89% of the population, this number is bound to grow. And it's come to a point, I know for a fact, that a lot of purchases that we do have the purchase team go to a brick and mortar store to touch and feel a laptop, for example. But then the same machine online is cheaper, right? So the brick and mortar store to a great extent is belittled to an experience center.
Yes.
And
I think experience is very, very important for people to be repeat purchase on that particular app. I think trust plays a very, very big role.
Yeah.
And if I may say so, or probably if I can share, Flipkart came very strong on trust.
On trust in India.
In India.
Oh,
primarily because 1 or 2 things that we gathered from the research was, that first of all, they have a very good refund policy. So if you want to kind of, do an exchange or refund or kind of give back the product, immediately, the money gets credited to them.
That's true. Wow.
So the trust factor is very big. So second thing they said was the people who come to deliver Flipkart packages are very polite. So that whole experience of, it's very, and they've never felt, most times what happens is some packages are open or ripped apart, or maybe it's not the right, thing that you selected. Flipkart is always bang on. So that was the feedback that we got on Flipkart. So, so that's good news. So good thing for Flipkart, really.
That's a revelation.
I thought probably Amazon would be that, but then, I think that's a homegrown brand.
Absolutely.
I'm glad that Flipkart's doing that.
We should be proud of, what's the word? Atmanirbhar
Bharat.
But I think we have a long way, whether it is e-commerce or it is online shop or it is online consumption of entertainment. Any big platform mostly is skewed to the Western world. At this point, that's the bitter truth.
Yeah.
And we have a long way to go before we can develop our own platform.
And you have been promoting, that media should be homegrown. Why should we depend on the national?
That's a big challenge. But I'm glad to hear that a homegrown brand, Flipkart, figures amongst the lead on your research.
Yes.
So we'll catch up on more.
The other thing I just probably have to share is that people believe that Flipkart is an international brand, by the way.
Oh.
They somehow, there is this perception that, it's like.
But that's a sad news, I would say, because there is somehow within us, we trying to believe on stuff which is, the word that they use is imported in India, right? It comes with credibility to a great extent. That I think is a sad part. I can vouch for a fact, and we should tag this. We should tag my friend Vedi, who's on the board with Myntra, and he helped me get my Thar. What's so beautiful in the Myntra is all the rocks, or most of the Myntra cars, or in fact all the cars that you get, there's this beautiful label which says "Made in India with Pride," right? And I've had a series of German cars, and the Myntra. I think the Myntra beats them by far. We've arrived in tech as far as automobiles are concerned, and I'm sure when it comes to e-commerce, online shopping, online consumption of content, you'll have a similar trend on more homegrown brands, right? Thank you. We should chat up more. You want to say thank you, closing?
Thank you very much. Thanks for listening to us. I hope it was
I'm sure it was interesting.
Interesting.
Right? We'll do more stuff on Chrome Brand Pulse. Chrome Brand Pulse is the vertical which Mona leads, and we do some fabulous stuff on research. Not we, I think Mona and team do it. I'm not involved in the business. But this was online shopping, and we'll do more sessions and more chats on other categories as we move along. I hope you enjoyed this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.